everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Laura Afonso, here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center for GoLocal Prov. With our first guest today, we're talking classic Italian eats with Chef Ryan Mancini from Twin Oaks.
Thank you for having me today.
Thanks so much for coming in.
So today we got a couple things to show you. So I hope you're ready. We're trying to do some new things. So hopefully we could touch on those and still revisit our classic entrees like we always have. So.
Definitely. Before we get started talking about Twin Oaks, though, I'd love to hear about your own background as a chef. Where you got started and your whole culinary experience. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, Twin Oaks is actually one of the first restaurants I ever worked at.
Really?
I was like 17, so I was doing like an internship / just part-time job. And then after that, I kind of moved around a little bit, a couple small restaurants in Rhode Island, and then studied in Italy, and then did some work in Texas for a couple of years down there with some great chefs. So.
And what did you do in Italy?
Over there was just kind of like almost like an internship where you're studying under some chefs, some good people. So it was fun, a lot of fun, a lot different food than over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we come to America and we have Italian cuisine. And
it's
a little
totally
bit
different though. Yeah.
Still fantastic though, no matter what.
Yeah. So we try to do our part. Bringing some Italian food over here, but compared to Italy, it's tough to
measure up, of course. But I think that you guys at Twin Oaks do a fantastic job of that.
Yeah,
yes.
We try every day. We pump out a ton of food, and I think we have one of the biggest menus around. So
you guys have a big selection of food.
Yeah.
Yes, but Twin Oaks has been around for over 80 years.
Yeah.
At this point, it's a Rhode Island staple.
Yeah, we're going on 85. 85 years was this past December.
Oh wow.
So definitely been around for a long time.
Yes. So it's really, at this point, an icon. You think about your parents, your grandparents, they've all visited Twin Oaks and had great experiences there. So, we could carry on the tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely,
well, that's like our slogan, the tradition continues. That's what it says on the menu.
Continues. Oh, that's so fantastic. It really is very fitting.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
So talk to me a little bit about how you have going on at Twin Oaks. You're the executive chef.
Yep.
You've been around, the restaurant's been around for 85 years.
Yeah.
You started doing some renovations in the space.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what has been going on.
Exactly. Well, I'm the 4th chef there in 85 years. So the guys before me, they were there for a long time. So now I'm trying to bring in my own, some new recipes and but still keep the classics. So, obviously, you want to stay up with the times, but you can't get rid of the stuff what brought us there. So
of course,
so we'll always have our chicken parm, our baked stuffed shrimp, our veal parm,
the best.
Yeah, but now we're trying to showcase a lot of the stuff that they're doing downtown and all these new restaurants. People want. The reason why there's a lot of new restaurants is people want new food.
Right,
so.
They want to try new things that they've never had before, experiencing things that they may not have been exposed to.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
the good thing about us is we're so large that we can actually attract a big audience and we can push out a ton of that new food because we already have most of the product in the building. So that's what we're trying to do. Just keep up with everybody else, but put our own flair on things.
Absolutely,
so.
Put your own touch.
Exactly.
Yes. So talk to me about what we have today.
So today,
it's really fantastic.
So today, everybody that's come to Twin Oaks, they know we do an Italian antipasto or a traditional antipasto. Well, this is something new that we're doing, almost like a charcuterie board, but kind of like our own spin. This is a huge portion. This is actually what we serve in the restaurant. It's $19.95.
This is $19.95?
Yeah, $19.95.
Oh my God, this is humongous, though. This could feed 4 people.
Yeah. So
wow.
It has 600-day minimum aged prosciutto on it, imported from Italy. Then we do a couple different types of supersada. One's like a wild boar, and one's a truffle infused one.
Ooh, that's the one I want.
And then we do a few different types of cheeses. So right there's just 3 different types of Italian cheeses. Sometimes we switch them up, depending. You don't want to do the same one every day.
Of course. And what kind of cheeses do we have over here today?
So today we have an Italian Sevella, a Piave, and this one's a red wine infused cheese, which is really good.
Oh, very nice.
We're trying to keep up. There's a lot of restaurants that do this too. So we like to. We want to do it as well. So.
Absolutely. And so this looks fantastic. What do we have here?
So this is a tuna ceviche, which you probably would never see at Twin Oaks 30 years ago, obviously.
Yeah.
But, we do it very simple. We do ahi-grade tuna, a little bit of avocado, and then we just do a sesame soy teriyaki sauce.
Nice and light.
Yeah, very light. And I tell you, we sell a ton of them. They're made fresh every day. As soon as you order it, it's made within a minute or two, so it's not like it's sitting around. It's fresh to made.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
But
beautiful.
This is just a couple of the ones we're running right now every day. Every week we usually launch a few different ones. Whatever sticks, we'll eventually put on the menu. If not, they come in and out. Some things work, some things don't work.
Of course. Now talk to me about the bar program. What are you guys doing on the bar?
So Susan is in charge of all the bars. Susan, the owner, Susan DeAngelis. So she launches 2 different drink menus per year, usually one for the summer and then one for the winter. So right now they're doing a lot of heavier type drinks, a lot of vodkas infused, whether it's rosemary or I know they were doing one that was cider, apple cider infused, very good. So a little different. So.
Awesome. Very good. Well, it looks like we've got, old school,
Yeah.
classic Italian, and, new different tastes going on at Twin Oaks. So there's really, no excuse. You have to try it out.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking with us about all of the new things that you have going on at Twin Oaks. Make sure you give them a try. Don't go anywhere. We have our next guest coming right up.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We are live here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center with our second guest, Ms. Jamie Puckett. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, so great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, if you know a thing or two about wine, you might call yourself an expert. Well, Jamie here is actually a sommelier, so that means you can pretty much know just about everything there is to know about wine. You are truly a wine expert.
Thank you. I wouldn't go that far. I think one of the most exciting things about working in the wine industry is that you'll never know it all. There's always more to learn.
That's very true.
So it's a lot of
good way to
fun.
put that. Yeah, definitely. So talk to me a little bit about what you do for work right now. So you're working at Italy in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
and for those of us who don't really know about Italy or haven't made the trip up to Boston yet to visit them, talk to me a little bit about what they are working with and what you do there.
Yeah, so for those of you that have not been, you should definitely come and check it out. It is a massive Italian marketplace. So all things food, wine, meat, cheese.
Wow.
We have a lot of events as well. So yes, we have 4 different restaurants. My role there is mostly in restaurants. So training our staff, make sure they're familiar with all of our wine lists and cocktail programs, things like that. And talking with our guests, making suggestions for some of our really unique wines that we have that are either exclusive to Italy or just Italy in general. So
Wow.
it's a lot of fun.
So you keep yourself very busy at Italy.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure.
Awesome. So talk to me about being a sommelier. I think that it is just such an interesting thing. It's a very, very esteemed title to be able to achieve. And you're a young woman, so for you to achieve this at such a young age is extremely impressive. Talk to me about how you got started with that and what led you to become a wine expert.
So my best friend, her dad actually has a pretty in-depth wine cellar.
Wow.
And so when we were younger, we were always drinking wine from his wine cellar, making sangria with bottles of wine
Yes.
older than we were. And then we really started to, our palate started to develop a little bit more, and we were like, wow, this actually tastes really good.
Love
And
this. Yeah.
yeah, and I think once I started to enjoy how it tasted, it was more like, wow, this is kind of fascinating. The concept of a wine cellar, someone has just put wine away in this place and not touched it for 20, 30 years, and it's gotten exponentially better. Like,
Right.
that's pretty cool.
Yes.
And so every time that my friend's dad would open a bottle, he had all these stories about the places that he went, where he brought it back from. And
every wine is special, really,
Exactly.
where it's coming from and the roots of it. It's really interesting, the backstory of every wine.
So it kind of bit me, and then from there it was like kind of a downhill spiral from there. Like, I want to know it all. Yeah, for sure. So yes, and then I studied at Johnson & Wales. I was in an advertising program, and I had a lot of culinary student friends that were minoring in sommelier. So I hopped on that and minored in sommelier, and then I ended up getting my first certification through the Court of Master Sommeliers right after I graduated. And then I passed the second exam, which is you earn the title of certified sommelier shortly after as well. So
that is incredible.
Thank you.
So talk to me about the exams that you have to go through to be a certified sommelier. It's not just drinking wine and saying what kind of wine it is. So much more goes into it.
Yeah, so I'm certified through the Court of Master Sommeliers. It's one of the most highly accredited organizations for certifications for sommeliers internationally. And so the certified sommelier exam is a 3-part exam. So a blind tasting, a theory exam, so that's your written exam, and then also a service exam. So you're performing wine service. You can't miss a beat. To a table with at least one master sommelier.
So they're looking for every detail.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now you have to be able to smell the wine and really pick up on all the notes.
Yeah. So in the blind tasting, you have 4 wines, 2 whites, 2 reds. I had 30 minutes to identify what the grape varietal was, what region it was from, so what type of climate, and then to kind of narrow down what is the what style is it typical for in which region.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, what kind of wine did you bring today?
Yeah, so I know I talked about the interesting wines that we have at Italy, and so at Italy we only have Italian wines, which is not limiting at all. There's so many varietals that are what we call indigenous or native to just Italy and are only grow in Italy. So I today have a wonderful blend of Frappato Nero d'Avola from Sicily.
Beautiful.
This is a winery I actually visited a couple months ago.
Really?
And I think it's one of the most fascinating regions in all of Italy, in that the history there, it just doesn't compare to some of the other regions. So Sicily is one of the regions that the Greeks first colonized when they came to Italy back in 735 BC. So when they arrived, they actually brought with them this tending hand and taught the native Sicilian people how to cultivate the vines that were already growing there, because at the time they really didn't know much about how to make a quality wine. They were able to make a beverage that they could consume and have a good time, but the sort of quality aspect wasn't there. So they were welcomed by the Greeks, and it was a very natural style of winemaking that was kind of happening during that time. So this is a producer. It's called COS, C-O-S. It's the first initial of 3 friends that came together.
Very nice.
Yeah, and so Cereswolo di Vittoria Classico is the name of the wine, also the appellation that it comes from. So very, very southern Sicily, very close to like the tip of Africa. And so actually where this is, the vineyards are, the first few layers of, the first few inches of soil are actually sand that's blown from the Sahara Desert.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
That is incredible. Africa. Let's try.
So, cheers, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Wow, that is so beautiful, nice and light.
Absolutely. Yeah,
now,
but it really
what kind
has
of notes do you pick up on when you taste something like this?
I think it's very earthy, and I think it really speaks to the terroir, which is what we, as sommeliers, you're kind of looking for something that's going to tell the story of that place, which wine, when made well, in my opinion, you're really going to taste that soil. You're going to taste that place.
Wow. So you're really getting a taste of another part of the world.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's just fascinating that well-made wine, someone has really bottled their little corner of the world and
sharing it with us.
Here we are.
Yes. That is just so amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of your expertise about wine and all of the expansive world of wines that there is to learn about.
Awesome.
Yes, thanks so much, Jamie. We really appreciate it. We're going to taste a little bit more of this. And don't go anywhere because we have our third guest coming right up. everyone, thanks so much for tuning back in. We are live here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center with our third guest, Nicole from Black Tie Cookies. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, you are a fantastic baker, and you are known for your legendary overstuffed cookies.
Giant. We make big, giant 4-ounce cookies.
4 ounces.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Really big.
That is amazing. Now, before we get started talking about your sweet creations, talk to me a little bit about how you got started, your background, and how you came to be involved.
I have owned Black Tie Cookies for going on 8 years now. It's a family-owned and operated business, which I love because I have family around me. I have 2 teenage boys that help out.
You get to be with them all the time.
My mother, she makes the beautiful boxes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it really is a family business.
Yes, it is. Through and through.
Absolutely. So talk to me a little bit about your cookies. What goes into making them? What kind of flavors do you have?
The cookies are all natural.
They're all natural.
We have many, many good varieties.
Yes, I can tell. I can see that.
And we try to have a different one every month, a cookie of the month.
Oh, cool.
A lot of our different cookies get submitted we have contests from customers.
Awesome.
And they give us their ideas. We try to, keep them involved.
Yes.
So we always have something new, something different.
Yes. And now your cookies are award-winning. You recently were at the RI Food Fights. Cookie Smackdown.
So much fun.
And everyone loved your cookies.
So much fun, yeah.
Yes.
This is our third year in a row. Third plate in a row.
Yeah. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just so much fun.
So you show up, you're like, I'm ready to win.
It's a good time.
Yes. So let's see, what kind of flavors did you bring me in to try today?
So I did bring you a whole platter.
Quite a bit.
Okay, so we have a Heath bar with espresso.
Ooh, espresso, that's so different.
Yes, it's just a little bit different. It's not like out of control. We do have our classics like oatmeal raisin and M&M, but then we try to do something a little bit different. You know, we have our s'mores cookie. It's got marshmallows and milk chocolate. We hand chop the chocolate so it's chunks. It's not like tiny
it's
chocolate
big
chips.
pieces.
They're big chunks in there.
Oh my God, I would want that nice and warm. You break it in half, it's all like gooey.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
So
what is your favorite flavor?
Actually, of course, it would be front and center.
Right on top. Of course.
Of course it would be.
Yes.
It's our go-to.
Yeah.
It's just it's a little different, but not outrageously
Other
different.
than your standard chocolate chip, which is,
Correct. We have a classic chocolate chunk as well, but then we've got, a custom chocolate cookie dough that has butterscotch, peanut butter, and white chocolate.
Oh my God.
So that's not something that you're going to find everywhere.
No, definitely not.
So we have a few outstanding ones that are black tie only, and then you've got your classics that everybody wants.
Absolutely.
And then we also do seasonal flavors.
Okay.
So depending on what time of year it is,
Yeah.
you got to go pumpkin, you got to go apple,
a pumpkin cookie.
whatever the people want. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It is.
So
good times.
I love these cookies right here. Cookies on a stick.
Yes,
this is
cookie
so
pops.
much fun.
Our
Cookie pops.
That's what they are. And for Valentine's Day, which is a big hit for us, we have you can do a dozen cookie pops, and they're in a long floral box.
Oh my goodness!
So a lot of people sometimes think they're getting the flowers, and they're not. They're getting our cookies.
Long stems, but they're getting
They're getting cookies.
Yes.
So
that is so much fun. So you can do this. This is a Valentine's Day. You can do this for
all
any
year round.
Any occasion.
Correct. We'll see. Anything that you would give flowers for, we'll do cookies for.
Wow. And flowers are a great gift, of course, but
they are.
Cookies are the gift that keeps on giving.
All year round. I mean, any time, honestly.
Absolutely.
And then we do a lot of favors for parties. We do custom corporate gifts. Like we made you today.
Yes, you made me the special, my own personalized buns and bites.
That's right.
Because
we can just customize labels for people.
That's so much fun. So you can do whatever you want on a label.
Right.
That is awesome.
So we do a lot of weddings, baby showers, things like that, birthday
parties. Put
parties.
your own little saying on the front. That is too cute.
Yeah.
Now you guys are in Dartmouth, Mass.
We are in Dartmouth.
And you can do deliveries, you can do...
We do local deliveries, but we ship all over the country.
All 50 states?
All year round.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Right.
So anywhere in the country that you are going or that you might move to, you can get black tie cookies.
You can.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is just too sweet. My sweet tooth is talking to me right now.
All right.
Definitely.
You have to have them.
Of course. I don't know which one. I need a big glass of milk to dip.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I very much appreciate you bringing all of these sweet treat creations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. And if you want to follow Black Tie Cookies, we always have contests and giveaway.
Where can we find you on Instagram?
We're on Facebook, Instagram, and we're on Pinterest.
Ooh, okay.
Twitter.
Yeah, everywhere.
Just look under Black Tie Cookies. You'll find us.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, make sure you follow Black Tie Cookies so you stay up to date on all of their fresh flavors and their oversized cookies.
Thank you.
Of course. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us. We have our fourth guest coming right up. Thanks for tuning back in. We are live here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center with our fourth and final guest. We have Jess from Laura's Bar and Grill in Smithfield.
Hi guys.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So before we get started talking about all of this delicious looking food, I'd love to hear about the backstory of Laura's because I think it's such a fantastic story.
It is. It's a really cool story. So people ask all the time, they're like, is this a chain? I'm like, no, actually, Laura, so she's one of my good friends. She has been working at a place called Laura's Pleasant View Diner she's owned it for about 8 years now, but she's been working there as a busgirl since she was 15.
Wow.
She moved on to be a waitress, and then other people bought it. She ended up buying it from them, taking over, and then we started to outgrow the space there. Mm-hmm. So she always wanted to open a sports bar, so they had plans to open this diner slash ice cream shop, and
cool.
It ended up just turning into a sports bar theme, and yeah, so
and
her and her husband own it. She has 3 kids.
Amazing.
No,
so I absolutely love that. That's so cool because she started off as a busgirl, really worked her way up the ranks, turning to a waitress, and then eventually had the opportunity to buy the place and be the owner.
Yep.
That is like the ultimate dream.
Right?
That's so cool. So tell me a little bit about Laura's. We're in Smithfield. What you guys have to offer?
So we're a bar and grill. We have 12 TVs set up. We can have all different sports games on all the time. All at the same time. We have a bunch of different variety of dishes. We have things from like seafood for like nice sit-down dinners to like picky stuff for during games, nachos, sliders, a whole bunch of different stuff. We also just started doing brunch on Sundays.
Oh, cool.
So this weekend we started bottomless mimosas, and that really took off.
That's the best.
We build your own Bloody Marys, where you get a card, you fill out like what you want for your alcohol, what you want for your mix, what you want for the garnish, like shrimp, bacon, beef jerky, all sorts of stuff. So that's really cool. And then they have different specials every day. They have like lobster Benedict, crab Benedict. So every Sunday we try to switch it up a little bit.
Yes.
What we have in stock and what we run.
Absolutely.
So we have our homemade hash that we started at the diner.
Ooh, okay, so there are things that come from the diner over
we tried to keep a few of the same things.
Yeah, those staples.
Exactly.
Definitely. Now, very excitedly, you guys have the 1-year anniversary coming up tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow we are having a 1-year anniversary party all day. We're having $1 sliders, $2 drafts, $5 sangrias.
Oh my gosh.
A bunch of different specials, giveaways. We have a DJ at night. So hopefully, you know, everybody can come celebrate with us. It's been a hard year, but, you know, we did it, and we're here
That's
now.
a big thing to party for, yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, you guys are going to be doing some giveaways, too?
Yes, Celtics tickets, gift cards, a bunch of different things.
Yeah, so you definitely want to come and check it out.
Absolutely.
Get some gift cards, some, you know, what did you say, $2 sliders?
Yeah,
$2
$1 sliders.
$1 sliders.
$2 beers.
$2 beers. You know, that sounds like a party to me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's going to be fun.
Definitely.
Can't wait.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Make
sure we all check out Laura's Bar and Grill in Smithfield. Now, can you tell us the address?
It's 945 Douglas Pike.
Douglas Pike. So definitely check them out tomorrow. Give them a high five and a congratulations on being open for 1 year. Enter to win some Celtics tickets and have $1 slider for me.
Sweet.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for tuning
See you
in.
then.
Tomorrow I will be live at 4 o'clock with our lifestyle segment. So make sure you tune in again tomorrow. And thank you all so much for tuning in today. We hope you have a great one.